All right, so maybe you want to hear more about my story. I'm not sure how much, you caught from the last videos, but basically, 6 years ago, 6.5 years ago, if you had looked at my situation, I was in a career that I wasn't crazy, that I loved, but I wasn't crazy about the work-life balance. I was totally burnt out. I was falling apart at the seams. I had a 1-year-old, 1.5-year-old, and I didn't have good boundaries when it came to either my work life or my family life. And my house was a huge mess. It was like a tiny apartment, but it was still completely overflowing with stuff. And I often felt overwhelmed, just straight up overwhelmed. And I had one kid. And I said to myself, my husband and I would talk about it, our plans for our family, we're definitely going to have more children. We wanted to figure out a way for me to be able to stay home with them. But I also knew that I was always going to be someone that wanted to, pursue things that matter to me and to find a way to make that work. So that's the situation you would have found me in. But I just felt so stuck, and I didn't really know how to use my free time. I was, unsure of like what career path really would give me the most flexibility. So anyways, a series of things transpired, but the biggest one being getting really quickly unstuck from the job that wasn't working for me when I got fired, and was looking for, at the same time, consulting work and stuff with more flexibility. But long story short, that time and space that I received after that, when I was with my daughter at home and really looking at what kind of career am I going to set myself up for, to create more space in my life and to really just be able to start pursuing things that, pursuing balance and pursuing things that matter to me, and just not feeling so stressed and burned out. So if you're there, if you can relate to that, cool. Perhaps you love what you do, but you really are just feeling like burned out and you need to kind of do a reset, a re-energize, or maybe you're feeling overwhelmed on a daily basis by, the basic stuff of life, like getting out the door to do errands, or where is this thing that I can't find. Totally been there, and we're gonna tackle all of it, and we're gonna do it systematically. So I share that because I think it's helpful for all of you to know kind of where I come from and how this process, I'm pouring all my heart and soul into it for you as I prepare to have my baby, and I've put it into practice myself over a series of really big life shifts when it was having more kids. And then after our third kid, hitting a point of total overwhelm when it came to house and home and my own personal systems, and needing to do a total overhaul, which I started with Spark Joy. I read War of Art, and this whole thing that I'm leading us on, I did that. I had to take away 17 bags of stuff to Goodwill out of my relatively small place, and really experience my home life in a different way. And then we sold our place and we moved to our amazing dream lifestyle. And I say that because I want you to really know that this is sort of a tried and true tested process that myself and a lot of my clients use, and you can kind of it's a toolkit for you, and you're going to use it, I think, again and again. I think that this is something that you're going to keep coming back to, hopefully, and experience different levels as you grow. But it's this idea of setting a growth in motion. And what I heard from the feedback of the amazing survey response that I got was the biggest challenge and need was around mindset and tools for long-term change. And we know, on any given day, January 1st, we can wake up and say, oh, I'm going to change my life. But then when life hits us, it's like looking at, well, what is it that I can do to continually, increase my energy, my focus, improve my habits. All positive change starts in the habits, and that's why, we have to do this for 5 weeks. You can't really, do it in 5 days, even though I'm hoping that we can do some sort of condensed teaser version of it. But I think starting on the journey and then committing to this idea that whenever you want to up-level and upgrade your life, I will do it again this year. I'm doing it now, and I will do it post-baby. And we just continue to open ourselves up to what's possible, and then look at, okay, what am I created for? That is what this fulfillment in 5. What am I supposed to do? And how can I get more fulfillment? This is obviously a two-way street. I'm getting more fulfillment out of my own life when I've organized some of these different areas and made it very clear to myself where I want to work and move those big projects forward. But also the fulfillment in 5 comes in, the world is a better place when you are doing more of what you love and what you're meant to do, and when your life is flowing. So we're going to just talk about some of the things that underlie the big goals. We're going to talk about the feelings we want to experience. We're going to talk about vision boards. We're going to talk about all this cool stuff. And at the end of the day, I did hear everyone wants, like, how do I actually set goals and keep to them? Well, I think a lot of it comes down to more so understanding this bigger picture, the mindset, and the process that you can go through each and every time that you want to upgrade your life from point A to point B. And even if the vision is clear and the way you get there is different, you're going to still feel amazing about it. So I'm just going to open that up for us for 2019, and I can't wait to continue on this path with all of you. It's been so much fun so far, and we're just getting started.